Did you know that there's a gun designed to fire in the vacuum of space? I know what you're thinking. Guns? In space? Trust me, it's true, and the story behind it is even crazier. Let me introduce you to a truly remarkable piece of engineering. The TP-82 Cosmonaut Survival Pistol, designed specifically for space missions. And no, this isn't some science fiction fantasy. This is a real firearm, developed and used by one of the most pioneering space agencies in the world. Buckle up. We're diving into one of the strangest and most fascinating stories about firearms. To understand the TP-82, we need to go back to the 1960s, during the height of the space race. The Soviet Union was pushing the boundaries of human exploration, sending cosmonauts farther and farther from Earth. But going to space also meant facing the unknown. New threats, new terrains, and unexpected dangers. These weren't ordinary survival situations. If something went wrong, like an off-course landing, cosmonauts could find themselves stranded in the most inhospitable environments imaginable, from Siberian forests to uncharted deserts. Traditional survival kits simply weren't cutting it. And that's where the TP-82 comes in. The Soviet space program decided they needed more than just conventional tools. They needed weapons, yes, plural, that could secure food, ward off predators, and maybe, just maybe, provide some level of protection in a survival situation. The result? A hybrid firearm like nothing you've ever seen before. The TP-82 isn't your average pistol. This was no ordinary sidearm carried for self-defense. It's a 3-barrel firearm, specially designed to function in zero-gravity and Earth's most extreme conditions. The TP-82 had 2 smooth-bore upper barrels for shooting shotgun shells, making it perfect for hunting small game. And then, there was the lower barrel, a rifled barrel designed to fire rifle cartridges for larger prey, or perhaps for more serious threats. But they didn't stop there. Engineers even designed a stock that doubled as a machete, fitting neatly into the survival kit. Yes, you heard that right. A firearm with a detachable, multifunctional stock that could chop wood or be used as a knife. But wait, here's the kicker. Because conditions in space, like the vacuum, the weightlessness, the extreme cold, were so unpredictable, this weapon had to meet unique specifications. Ordinary firearms rely on oxygen for gunpowder ignition, something that's scarce or non-existent in the vacuum of space. The TP-82, however, was modified to ensure reliable firing no matter the atmospheric conditions. Imagine a firearm that doesn't care if you're in the Siberian wilderness or orbiting the Earth, it just works. Now you might be thinking, why would anyone fire a gun in space to begin with? Isn't that super dangerous? Well, technically, yes. Shooting a firearm in the vacuum of space would create recoil that could send you spiraling backward in zero gravity without an anchor point. That's why the TP-82 was included as part of the cosmonaut survival kit, primarily to be used after landing, especially in remote areas. Cosmonauts needed to handle all sorts of scenarios, from hunting to scaring off wolves or even negotiating tense situations. The Soviet Union wasn't messing around when it came to planning for the unexpected. The most famous use of this weapon? Well, technically, it was never used as intended, if we count pulling the trigger. But reports show that it was carried on numerous missions over decades. One well-documented case of the TP-82 appearing in action, or at least ready for it, was when cosmonauts returning from orbit landed far away from their recovery teams, deep in the Siberian wilderness. Here's where the design genius of the TP-82 shone. The cosmonauts knew they had a reliable piece of equipment that could keep them alive until help arrived. Wolves? Bears? No problem. This pistol-turned survival tool would have their backs. But here's another twist. You might be wondering why we don't hear about astronauts carrying firearms anymore. That's because, as technology advanced, incidents like off-course landings became rarer, making such survival tools less necessary. Eventually, the TP-82 was phased out in modern Russian space missions, replaced by more conventional survival kits. But for a good chunk of history, this space-ready firearm was an unsung hero of extraterrestrial exploration and innovation. And just imagine the engineering marvel it represents. Think of all the considerations that went into building this thing. First, firing mechanisms had to work with or without gravity. Second, materials needed to endure temperature extremes. Imagine going from the icy Siberian tundra to scorching re-entry heat. Finally, the gun had to be compact and lightweight enough for space travel. This isn't just a gun, it's a Swiss Army knife of survival in the cosmos. Now, some remnants of this incredible firearm can still be found today. While modern cosmonauts might not carry the TP-82, its legacy lives on in museums, and enthusiasts often marvel at the painstaking detail in its design. It's drawn the admiration and curiosity of firearm collectors, space enthusiasts, and engineers alike. It stands as a testament to human ingenuity, and let's be honest, it's a little bit James Bond, isn't it? A survival gun meets space pistol kind of scenario. What's most fascinating about all of this is what it represents beyond the technical ingenuity. The TP-82 isn't just a gun. It's an emblem of the lengths humanity will go to survive and thrive across frontiers we can barely begin to understand. Whether in the depths of Siberia or the cold expanse of the cosmos, our drive to explore, adapt, and innovate knows no bounds. And now, just imagine for a moment, the first time a cosmonaut held the TP-82 in their hand, knowing that this tool was designed not only for earthly survival, but could also endure the harsh, unpredictable environments of space. It's almost poetic. A piece of human survival ingenuity held within the vast, incomprehensible vastness of the universe. So the next time someone says that guns are only meant for combat, think about the TP-82. It wasn't about attack or offense. It was about survival. It was about humanity's relentless drive to overcome any challenge, no matter how alien or unimaginable. From the forests of Russia to the stars above, this gun truly floated through history, quite literally. And that, folks, is the incredible story of the firearm designed to operate in space. Makes you look at space exploration and firearms in a whole new light, doesn't it? What other engineering feats have pushed the boundaries of innovation like this? Stick around, and we'll uncover even more unbelievable, mind-blowing facts in the next episode of our Firearms series. See you next time, and keep exploring the stars and beyond. Who knows what we'll find next?